So this is my Premier League Darts Night 13 review, where we saw this man once again, Upieta, get another night win, back-to-back night wins for Upieta, who's obviously already qualified, done into this night, along with Johnny Curtin, who's also already qualified for the playoffs as well. Upieta picking up a 6-5 win over Luke Humphries. Luke Humphries who's finally had a lucky night, didn't he? Finally had a lucky night instead of an unlucky night that he has in the past few nights. Just momentum, isn't it, for continuing that momentum. Now he's top the table as well, looking to take that momentum into the playoffs as he tries to win back his Premier League trophy off Luke Humphries, who beat in the last night's final. Luke Humphries, much needed night, wasn't it? Much needed night for Luke Humphries. Now, I think it's back in Luke Humphries' hands then, isn't it? Luke Humphries now has got it in his own hands now, especially the next 2 weeks. He's got Josh Watt and Stephen Bunting in his first games, which should be wins for Humphries. And next week it's in Leeds as well for Luke Humphries. And not just that, Luke Humphries picked up 2 statement wins as well against 2 of the players that he's chasing down for them playoff places, in Van Duren and Shane Van Veen. He's actually now got 3 wins in the world now against Shane Van Veen. Now Humphries now standing at the number of Shane Van Veen as well. But yeah, well deserved night winner. Flawless again, wasn't he? Just flawless again. And to be fair to Humphries was flawless as well in his performances as well. But it all started off with winning 6-3 against Josh Watt. Josh Watt didn't do too badly, did he? Didn't play too badly. It's all about ending the league campaign on a high for Josh Watt, as he looks to try and get in the Premier League for next season, for next year. And but it was just far too much in the end, wasn't he? Despite both mounting over 100. Derwin Price coming from 5-3 down to beat Stephen Bunting. Stephen Bunting probably should have won that game with the lead he had, but a good fight back from Derwin Price to reach the semi-finals, so they're a crucial 2 points for Derwin Price in the race for playoffs. He's almost there, isn't he? I think Derwin Price is almost there in terms of the race for the playoffs. He's not guaranteed though, is he? He's still not guaranteed to finish in the playoffs. He's still looking over his shoulder at Van Duren, Van Veen, Humphries. But I do think Derwin Price, I think Price will get there. I think he will just get there, in my opinion. I think he'll probably qualify in the next week or so, in my opinion. Derwin Price then is between the 3 players for the final playoff spot. Then we saw Shane Van Veen obviously defeat Johnny Curtin 6-2. Absolute flawless performance from Shane Van Veen to win 6-2 against Johnny Curtin. Massive win for Van Veen as well, to obviously keep in that playoff rate. And Luke Humphries defeating Mike Van Duren 6-3, like I said earlier, in which was a first of the statement wins for Humphries as well. And then we saw do a job on Derwin Price, winning 6-1 against Derwin Price. A blow apart Derwin Price. Wasn't the best performance from either, but got the job done. Got the job done quite comfortably. And Shane Van Veen versus Luke Humphries, saw Luke Humphries win 6-3, where Luke Humphries' finishing for once was on point this week. Luke Humphries' finishing. It's funny what happens when your finishing's on point, isn't it? All of a sudden, it turns around for Humphries, just like that. It turns around. And it's in his hands now, isn't it? And for me, it is in his hands now in these next 2 weeks. All he needs to do next week in Leeds, for me, I think he's not a favourable to all Humphries, because I think it's Stephen Bunting or Josh Watt he's got next. I think it might be Stephen Bunting. Win that game. If he wins that game, then he will most likely play Shane Van Veen then in the semi-finals, and he's already beaten Shane Van Veen in the last 3 games. So if you Humphries can reach another final, back-to-back finals in years, then all of a sudden, he's in pole position to reach the playoffs now, isn't he? Alongside Kier and maybe Price as well. So, but this is what the league table looks like. Already qualified on 34 points. Caton on 32 already qualified. Durham Price, I think for me, Durham Price only needs 4 more points, and I think he should be fine for the playoffs. I think you're looking at the 25 point mark, aren't you? For Durham Price, I think. And for the likes of Van Durham, Van Veen, Humphries, you're looking at 22, 23, which could be enough to qualify for the playoffs. But it all depends on results, isn't it, at the end of the day. But Price is in third on 21 points. But I think Price should get there, shouldn't he? He should get there, in my opinion. Because all Price needs to do, just needs to win 2 games, doesn't he? Whether he wins his first game next week and his first game the week after, I think that will be enough for Price, in my opinion, to qualify. That's all Price needs to do. Van Durham, Van Veen, Humphries, all to play for, isn't it? But I do believe it is in Humphries' hands, even though Van Durham's in that final playoff position. Because you look at the fixtures for the next 2 weeks, and Humphries stuck the more favourable games, in my opinion. So I actually think it's in Humphries' hands now. Just like that, it's now in Humphries' hands. It's funny what one night can do for Luke Humphries, turn his fortunes around as well. But yeah, it's between them 3, Van Durham, Van Veen, Humphries for the final playoff spot. So I do think Price will qualify, in my opinion. I think he only needs 4 more points, in my opinion. Steve Bunting, he's out of it for me. He's out of it. I just don't think he's that good enough, is he, to finish in the playoffs. And Josh Watt is already way off, and Josh Watt can't qualify for the playoffs now. That's been confirmed. And yes, Brown a miracle. But for me, for Josh Watt, like I said earlier, this is all about ending the campaign strongly, and then put his name in the bag for next year's Premier League, where he'll be even more better, in my opinion. Now he's used to it. So, but yeah, that is my night 13 review of the Premier League darts, where we saw Luke win back-to-back nights. His fifth night win of the 2026 Premier League campaign now, as he now does top the table, which is obviously what wants. He wants to finish top, get a more favourable, well, I say a more favourable draw, but it's looking like one of Van Durham, Van Veen, Humphries in the semi-finals, and I wouldn't say that's favourable, in my opinion. But but yeah, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments on everything I spoke about, and I'll see you all in the next one.